Class 5. First of all, welcome to new class. I will be taking your maths. I and Munmun ma'am, both the teachers are going to take your maths. So you have to maintain separate copy for both the teachers and submit during the time when the school announces submission of the copies for regular checkup. Now today I will be starting off with the chapter Vulgar Fraction. Now first I have to, before going to the exercise, I have to explain you what do you mean by fraction. Suppose on a birthday of your friend you are going and you can see a very big cake over there. Now, do you eat the cake all alone? No. So what happens? You share the cake. So you eat only fraction of the cake. Now, this entire cake, there is only one cake. So what is the total number of cake over there? It is 1. Now, out of this one cake, suppose 4 big pieces are cut off. And you ate this portion of cake. So have you ate the whole cake? No. Then how much you have ate? You have only ate this one part of this huge cake. So you have only ate one part out of, what is the total number of pieces? The piece that you have eaten, and there are total 4 pieces that was cut out of the cake. So the total piece is 4. So you have ate only 1 out of the 4 pieces. Now this number is known as a fractional number or vulgar fraction. So the entire cake have been divided into 4 pieces and you only ate one part of it. So how will you tell? You have ate only one part out of the 4 pieces. So this 1 by 4 is a fractional number. Now in every fractional number you will see that on top you have a number and on down you have another number. So the number on top is known as numerator of the fraction, and the down number or the number present in the down part is known as denominator of the fraction. Suppose, giving one more example, suppose this is a rectangle. Now the teacher asks 4 to 5 students to color the rectangle, but one student can color only this much part. The second student can color only this part. Third student only this much coloring. Fourth student will color this part and fifth student will color this part. So how many rectangle is there? Only one drawing of rectangle is there. But this drawing is separated into how many parts? Total 5 parts. And how much a single student gets to color? Only one part. Or suppose you got to color only 2 parts. So how many you colored? You have colored 2 parts out of the total 5 parts in which the rectangle was divided. So this is also a fractional number. The top number is known as numerator and the down part it is known as the denominator. Now fractions where you will see that the numerator value is less than the denominator, that is known as proper fraction. So what are proper fractions? Proper fractions are fractional numbers where the top part, that is the numerator part's value, can you see here it is 2? It is less than the denominator value. That means the value which is present down, the number which is written down. So the numerator should be less than the denominator. Now, what are improper fractions then? So improper fraction is just the opposite. That means where the numerator is greater than the denominator. That means the numerator or the top value, suppose it is 4. That will be greater than the value which is written down. Suppose it is 3. So whenever you get a fractional number where the numerator is a bigger number than the denominator, you call that improper fractions. And if the fractional number has a numerator or the top number lesser than the number written down, it is known as a proper fraction. The next is the mixed fraction. Now mixed fraction means you have a whole number, suppose 1, and then you have the fractional number, suppose 3 by 4. So one whole number 3 by 4 together is known as mixed fraction. Suppose if you write 5 6 by 11. That means 5 is the whole number and 6 by 11, this fraction is written. So the entire thing is known as the mixed fraction. There will be a whole number and a fractional number together known as mixed fraction. Now if I write this as one whole number plus 3 by 4, that is correct. That means with this whole number, I am adding the fractional part, then it gives the mixed fraction 1 3 by 4. Similarly, this mixed fraction can also be written as 5 whole number plus 6 by 11. So when you add to the whole number the fractional part, it gives you the total mixed fraction. Now what is meant by reciprocal of fraction? Now reciprocal of fraction is very easy. Suppose a fractional number is given 4 by 11. So reciprocal means just the opposite. That means here the numerator is 4 and the denominator is 11. If you change the numerator and denominator, that means whatever is present in the denominator will come in the numerator part, by whatever is present in the numerator will come in the denominator part. So you are just turning it upside down. So 4 by 11, if it is written as 11 by 4, it is known as reciprocal or opposite of fraction. Suppose 5 by 16, if you just change and you bring the down value on top and the numerator's value in the denominator, it is known as reciprocal of a fractional number. Next is the complex fraction. Now how to write a complex fraction? You know a fractional number means it is written like this, 4 by 16. Now what do you mean by complex fraction? Now in this fractional number, which is the numerator? The top number, this is the numerator. And which is the denominator? This number is the denominator. So your numerator consists of one whole number and your denominator also has another whole number. So if you write 4 by 16, you are writing it as a fraction. But complex fraction means in the numerator, instead of whole number, you have a fractional number. Suppose 5 by 11. It is a fraction, but it together makes the numerator. by the denominator also consists of a fraction. Suppose 6 by 7. So what can you see over here? The numerator or the top part is not a whole number, but it itself is a fractional number. So when the numerator is itself a fraction, or if denominator itself is a fraction, or when both numerator and denominator are fractional numbers, and with that if you want to write as a fraction 5 by 11 by 6 by 7, it is known as complex fraction. This entire thing is again a fractional number. So numerator consists here of a whole number, but here it is a fractional number. Denominator is also here whole number, but here instead of whole number it is a fractional number. Now when this sign comes in between these two numbers, then together also it is a fraction, which is known as complex fraction, where the numerator or the denominator or both of them itself is a fractional number.